Three mere mortals discover their ability to create entire universes with their minds alone. Upon discovering their abilities, these three, gods if you will, join forces to create the Dark and Stormy Nights, a supercharged team of creatives with the aim of helping artists and writers around the world while combating the forces of boredom and mundanity. They are the Dark and Stormy Nights.
All right, lords and ladies, welcome back to the Dark and Stormy Nights. This is Loki.
And this is Tyr.
And this is a planning episode. We're going to plot what happens in Chapter 7. So, recapping Chapter 6, we had some chaos. Did I mention that we lost the sorcerer? That the sorcerer died?
Oh, I don't know that you did.
So, come to think of it.
You know what you can do? Add it into the hallucination where maybe they're like dragging him out of the water and he sees the body of the sorcerer and he's like, you did this, or starts accusing him.
Oh, that's interesting. Here, let's see if I have that up. I might be able to throw that in there.
Like blaming the dead guy. This is all your fault, which technically it is his fault.
Well, he was late, but there were several other hunters that couldn't save the...
No. To have Lee blaming the dead sorcerer.
Oh, that's funny.
Maybe he's conversing with him and he's seeing the dead sorcerer respond back to him, and, because the fact that those children attacked was technically the sorcerer's fault. Well, not technically, but as far as Lee's perspective goes,
Yeah, that's funny.
The children are the result of the sorcerer's handiwork, so yeah, it would be kind of funny for Lee to see the dead guy talking back at him as he's like sprawled on the ground, and they're arguing and everybody else is just kind of like, he's not okay.
Right. Yeah, he's yelling at the corpse.
Right. And the
no, fuck you, this is your fault.
And the corpse is yelling back in his head, but everybody else is just like, Lee? So, I don't know. Could be interesting, I suppose. So anyway, that would bring it up. So basically, Chapter 7 needs to carry on from there, where it's like Lee's unconscious.
Right.
And Eliot and
Jeb
need to get him to the bazaar.
Right.
So I guess I'm picking up at the wallpaper store.
Yeah, I mean, you could do the ride if you want to. I'm not sure it's going to be fruitful unless you want to, spell out the direness of the situations. We're losing him, I don't know.
And we could do that in the walk through the bazaar.
Yeah, that's true. The lady still make them give the password, or she let them in?
No, I think she needs the password.
So.
And I don't remember what it was.
Disco Dragon wallpaper.
Okay. So, would Jeb know it, though?
Only if he's ever been to the bazaar. We haven't said. It's up to you whether he does or not. Or maybe they have one of these where he's from, and it's not the same password.
That's possible.
And maybe Eliot doesn't remember it, or like he's fumbling over all these stupid, grimy goblin. I don't fucking know. Let us in,
I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to. I don't even know what to do with that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It'll come to me when I'm writing.
I mean, he could remember. I don't know. It depends on how desperate you want to make it, or. I mean, I foresee something. It could be funny,
Yeah.
So, all right. So once you're in, is the journey to the Dragon Lady dangerous? Is it funny?
I think that any journey through the bazaar when you're fresh meat is definitely dangerous.
It'd be funny. They're trying to get through the bazaar to the Dragon Lady.
I feel like they should almost...
Are you happy with your phone service?
I feel like they should stuff Lee in a shopping cart or something and wheel him through there.
Throw him on a wallpaper dolly.
Yeah, exactly. And then as soon as they see that Lee is unconscious, they know that they can try to take advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And if Jeb is not from this area,
they don't know the face.
They don't know him. And Eliot just screams fresh meat, So, yeah, I think that there would be definitely people kind of like when you walk through the mall and all the people at the kiosks try to, stop you in your
That was
tracks.
my Are you happy with your phone service?
Exactly. Here, do you like this scent? And they spray it right in his face.
Right. Yeah. Well, and in the bazaar, it could be some kind of weird poison or feral pheromone or something.
It's
like
a potion. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, so they spray it in his face, and then suddenly he wants to hump things.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's where we went with this, really.
well, I'm just saying. I don't know. If it was a good enough perfume, maybe.
It's really pheromones. Okay, well, maybe. So basically, the bazaar all but attacks him on the way through.
Well, yeah. I mean, he doesn't have the nastiest man in this town to defend him. You know. Lee, in fact, this might give him a new appreciation for Lee because Lee was like a shield to him, know,
right.
And suddenly that shield
and maybe
is down.
like halfway through, Eliot's like frustrated and figures out that he needs to act like Lee, so he starts being a dick to everybody.
Right.
Or maybe Jeb figures it out. Who knows? Or he pulls his guns. I mean, I think that's a perfectly
Jeb pulls his guns.
possible. Yeah. No.
If you don't calm the fuck down, I'm taking you in.
Maybe. Or he starts to pick up on the illegal things that they're doing,
Yeah, well.
Are those dragon scales? You mind telling me where you got
Well, you
them?
might have one of those guys be like, hey, hold the fuck up. That guy in your cart, I'm under his protection, so no.
Yeah.
And then Jeb gets a feel for how corrupt Lee is.
Maybe.
But, I mean, do you really care? Do you really care that these guys are doing illegal shit down here in the bazaar?
Bottom line is that if Lee is dead, there's nobody protecting them.
Yeah.
So it doesn't benefit them to stop them.
So, well, the whole bazaar isn't under Lee's protection.
No, but that's
There's
what
a guy
I'm
here
saying.
so, yeah, if you come across a guy who is under Lee's protection, he might help them.
Right.
So, oh shit, I need this guy to have my back.
Right. Yeah, because as long as Lee is unconscious, there's nobody protecting them from the bounty
hunters. I can't remember what I named the one guy in the diving suit thing.
I don't remember either, but I'll have to go back and check.
Because that's his informant.
So no, I think that most of the people who are coming after him, and that's what I'm saying. It's like maybe Jeb will start to see like little illegal things that they have, which I don't know. The dragon scales would really be one of those things, but something like that. Something that they shouldn't have.
Yeah, well, I think illegal mystical animals would definitely be an issue.
Something from another realm.
Yeah, because that would become an invasive species here. That is something the Combine would care about.
Right. So something like that. Somebody's got like a little fey something.
Yeah, I don't think that I don't think that the Combine cares if you're doing
or maybe
magical drugs.
Like a mechanical tube that's electrified with a brownie inside. Something like that.
What the hell do you do with that thing?
I don't know. That was Hammond's device.
Yeah, I know.
But
that's just because he was a sadistic dick.
Right, but obviously you don't want brownies released on Earth.
Oh, hell no. That would wreak havoc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, something like maybe a little throwback there,
Well, yeah, I always intended for us to have a few throwbacks to the
little
other story.
Easter eggs, yeah.
So,
yeah, something like that. And maybe Jeb would like call out somebody who's harassing them, for illegal products.
Right.
Or whatnot. So there's that. Yeah, like they'll have to wrestle their way through the bazaar, I think. Just for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, I mean, have you
pretty
ever
much.
seen like videos of the Turkish bazaars and everything like that? How aggressive?
Not really.
Like the salespeople are like aggressive and they're tightly packed. There's all these people like going each direction, buying stuff, selling stuff, stealing things.
Right. But this also
it's
gives
chaos.
us a little more time for world building, so you get to see a little bit more of the things that Eliot doesn't really realize.
And what are the chances Eliot remembers how to get to the Dragon Lady?
Right, so they could get turned around.
Right, they might be completely lost. They need a guide. So it's not a bad idea to find somebody.
Maybe he comes across the diving suit guy.
That's
Is that
what I'm
the
saying.
one who benefits from Lee being alive?
He's an informant for Lee, I
Okay.
think. I think that's what we did.
I don't remember.
So, because he's friends with the Dragon Lady, but like I said, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have to pay for services. He's blackmailing the demon. So yeah,
it would have to be the informant.
The diving suit guy's the informant. So yeah, so he protects him.
Okay, so maybe that's the person he comes across, and he finally points him in the correct direction.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'd be beyond him to take him over there.
Okay.
Guide him the rest of the way. And then, you know, that kind of guy, he might be like, you know, keep me updated. Let me know he's okay. He might have some concern, mostly for himself, but.
Okay. Is there anything else that we want to touch on within the bazaar before he makes it to the Dragon Lady?
I mean, it's a good opportunity to get deeper into the description of the bazaar, to
That's
maybe
what I'm saying,
introduce
some world
another
building and some bringing Eliot further into this world. Because really, this world is now literally all he has left.
Throw something predatory in there or something like that, something that could be really dangerous to Eliot or whatever if Jeb wasn't here, you know?
Right.
Like so to where Jeb has to put a gun in its face or something like that. And
Okay.
You know, but
Okay.
I know what the fuck that is. I don't have to be from here to know what the hell that is.
Okay.
Just have fun with it. I don't know, something ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah, because the bazaar, as dangerous as a place as we imagine it, I'm not sure we've given that away in the writing just yet.
Okay. So basically, he kind of gets run through the ringer and then finally bumps into the diving suit
Yeah,
guy.
he gets lucky.
Okay, so diving suit takes him...
To Dragon Lady. I have their names here somewhere, don't I?
I mean, I have the story. I'll just look up the chapter. Okay, so he takes him to her. Is Eliot going to be affected by her again?
I think so, yeah. I think he's going to be pulled in.
Okay.
Especially if he gets sprayed in the face by some
She's
kind
like a seductress or something?
It's her charm spell. She keeps all of her guards are like stricken by her and stuff like that, and, you know.
Okay, so he thinks he's like in love with her.
Yeah,
Everybody does.
All weaker men do.
Okay, so Lee wasn't affected. Jeb probably won't be affected, but Eliot falls into her trap.
Yep, every time.
Okay.
Until he, you know, grows up a little bit, maybe. You know.
Gets a little more life experience.
Yeah.
Comes into his own kind of confidence or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you build up an immunity over time, but yeah, I don't know. And then her guards might get immune if that were true.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Once Eliot gets that self-confidence and everything,
Right.
I don't think it affects him anymore.
Right. Okay. So Eliot will be affected by her, but he'll care about Lee enough to pull through and get what needs to do the bargaining that needs to be done here.
Yeah, I mean, you might have Jeb like interject because Eliot's like pausing too long, and what's wrong with you, kid? You know.
Right.
And then gives him a little tap on the back of the head or something like that. And
Right. Okay.
I mean, she might also recognize there's something wrong with Lee, you know, and just jump into action or whatever. So it's not like Eliot needs to explain too
much.
much,
But he's
except for
make a deal with her, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's definitely gonna, you know, need him coherent enough to be able to make that deal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
she can't up and down her ability or her charm or whatever. It just is.
I think it's just a running thing. It's always happening.
Okay. So what do we want Eliot to pay? That's the big question.
Maybe he just owes her a favor.
Oof.
You know?
Open-ended favors are just as dangerous, though.
Oh, they're very dangerous because it could be anything. But I don't think with Lee, she's not malicious. You know what I'm saying? So maybe she's not malicious with Eliot. Maybe she is. Maybe she doesn't give a fuck.
Well, I think for the sake of saving Lee's life, she won't be malicious. But she's still, what, a demon, a sorceress, some sort of...
Yeah, she's a dark sorceress.
So, truly, she's not malicious. If she needs something, she won't hesitate to put Eliot on the line because she doesn't give a fuck about Eliot.
Oh, I don't even think it's beyond her to call him Little Fly or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Little fly in my trap. Because he doesn't have a choice. He's got to make the deal.
Right. And he's already enthralled by her, so...
Yeah, and...
So he's going to be a little bit easier to make that deal. But is that what we want to do, an open-ended favor?
I mean...
And then Lee is pissed when he finds out.
He would lose it. Yeah.
Okay.
You couldn't ask for something simple? How do you know it's not going to be something simple? You know, like, I think he's mad at her a little bit.
I think he's mostly mad at Eliot.
I think he's
for being
very mad at
stupid.
Eliot because he would never make this deal.
Oh God, no.
But it's like, I saved your life,
Right.
you dick. You know.
Yeah, and Lee's like, yeah, what cost, you fucking idiot?
Yeah, you don't know what she's gonna ask.
Right.
She's your friend.
An open-ended favor, fucking moron.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, she's your friend, and she seems really nice. Oh, you're an idiot.
Yeah, basically.
You know?
Okay. So, like, a fight there, and he's pissed, and he has to storm off and go deal with the demon now.
Yeah.
It's got to be somewhat difficult to wake him, right? Like, do we want a little bit of a struggle where we don't know if Lee's going to live?
Yeah, a little bit of drama, you know. And not to mention, I mean, look, there's got to be a cost because it's not free to do magic, you know what I'm saying? She's going to have components and rare things and everything that it took to wake him.
Do we need to send Eliot on a mission to another place in the bazaar to get something she needs?
So, do you want to use the favor right away?
No.
Or you're saying
it's another piece of what he needs to do to save Lee. It's not a favor to her, it's a favor to him.
Man, that'd be dangerous for him bargaining with these things.
Or we could send Jeb.
So,
have a little bit of get to know Jeb.
You could, yeah, I mean,
or because she could just send one of her guards.
I don't think she'll do that.
No.
That's her safety you're putting at risk. Things that require favors make enemies.
Maybe Jeb cringes at the favor that he agrees to.
Yeah, maybe are you sure about this kid?
Yeah, he's like, dude, what are you doing? But he can't say anything because it's really up to Eliot. And then she's like, I need you to go get this in order for me to save him. And Jeb's like, you stay here, I'll do it. Like, he sees that Elliot's like incapable of dealing.
Well, you know, he's new to this, you know, so there's some excuse to it. But,
right.
I mean...
Oh, there's absolutely an excuse. He doesn't know this world.
Right, he is green as hell.
Days ago. And, yeah, like, fresh meat is fresh meat, and these people are attacking.
Oh, and they all see it and smell it,
right.
You know?
So I really think at this point, Jeb's like, let me do you a favor and do this, you know? So he goes and gets it. I don't know. Like, what are the chances? Is it realistic that she would have everything she needs on hand?
I mean, I think she's going to have the basic tools of sorcery. But,
sure, but there might be one thing that she needs.
But, yeah, I mean, if you're bringing him back from the brink of death, that might take a little more, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a lotus pod or something like that, you know, that she just doesn't have on hand or something like that.
And she gives him, like, a piece of paper and directions to, like, I need you to go to this person and get this item.
Right.
So, okay, I mean, that could maybe be an extra thing. So Jeb offers to go after he sees that Eliot.
Yeah,
sucks
you
at
stay.
this.
You stay with Lee. I got this. Yeah,
Okay.
In a slightly condescending manner, I'm sure.
Maybe.
But I mean, I think Jeb's a nice guy, but you know.
Right, but at the same time, he's like cringing
Yeah.
over the deals.
Yeah,
that
nobody would
Eliot's
ever
making.
do this. Nobody would. You know, it's like, look. I mean, maybe if my mom was at risk, but not for Lee. You know.
Right? Okay, so Jeb comes back with the ingredient after Lee struggles for his life.
Right.
Okay, so that's where the drama will be. It's just Eliot, and Lee's dying, and the Dragon Lady. Jeb's taken off, and he's like basically watching the only person he has left that he's latched onto now that Pops is leaving.
Yeah. I mean, he just heard Pops is leaving in the last this earlier today.
Right. And so there's like one person that he's latched onto is leaving him too, you know? So maybe he's a little bit desperate, and maybe it's not really about Lee. Maybe some of it's transference, you know? Because everybody's leaving him.
Well, change is rough. When
and we
everything
already said
changes,
that his parents left him, and, you know,
yeah,
Pops left him, and now he's got Lee, and, like, not that he even, like, Lee's a dick, you know?
Right.
He doesn't even like him that much, but at this point, it's everybody's leaving him.
the last pillar is about to fall.
Right.
No, definitely. Yeah, I mean, if anything else, like if the rest of his life was normal, I'm not even sure he would go this far for Lee. He doesn't even like Lee that much.
Right.
You know?
Right. Nobody likes Lee that much. But at the same time, you know, what does he have aside from this one mentor, this one thing left in his life, you know?
Right.
Okay. All right, so we need to touch on anything else within this before Jeb shows back up with the ingredient and saves Lee?
I don't think so.
Do we want to show Jeb's mission? Maybe get a little bit more close to that character?
Whatever you feel.
Do you think that Jeb will have a place in future story and books?
Maybe just as an occasional ally, you know, a gun to get out of a tough situation here or there. I don't know that he's going to be so much Gary, you know, but...
That's what I was thinking, is if he's going to have like an almost Gary kind of role. Not like where he's in every single scene, but where he pops up now and then. Not necessarily in this book, but in books in the future.
Yeah, I mean, he might be a hand here and there, maybe a ride, an extra gun.
Do we need our readers to, like, sympathize with him, to care for him?
I don't know. I don't know that he's ever going to be that important. Maybe he is. Feel it out. If you like Jeb enough to do that, go for it. I introduced Jeb as a way to get a long gun.
Right? No, I kind of like the character. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how long the chapter is going.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if we want to take it somewhere else. Okay, so so we have a little bit of an emotional struggle with Eliot.
Yeah, Eliot might even pass out from emotional exhaustion at some point, or anxiety exhaustion, you know.
Okay, and then Jeb will return with the ingredient.
Right.
Or maybe it takes him longer than it should have because he has to bargain for it or something.
Yeah, but Jeb's not going to bargain away just anything.
Nothing that important.
Yeah.
No.
He might come back, you owe me a gun, you know.
Oh, that could be. Yeah.
And then somebody might be like, you gave a demon a gun?
what the fuck is a demon going to do with a gun? Anyway.
He smells all the dead souls on it.
Or information. Oh, that's a good idea. Interesting. Okay, so Jeb finally comes back. Dragon Lady finally saves Lee. You mentioned dreams. Do we want to go that route? Or
That's up to you.
Do we want to have him wake up and be like, motherfucker, now I need information? First of all, he needs to wake up pissed because he knows that Eliot had to have traded something for this.
I think the end result is the same, whether he had the dream or he just goes diving for information. You know what I'm saying? The dream is one way to lead him to having to go to the demon, and all it says is he kind of knows where to look for the information. The other way, he has to go to the demon and perfectly describe this thing enough that it knows where to look. You know, we'll just go straight through.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, Lee's gonna wake up, and he's gonna be pissed. He's gonna pick a fight with Eliot, and he's going to snap at the Dragon Lady, who probably won't take that so well. And then he's just going to be completely pissed with the deal that Eliot made, and then annoyed with Jeb for letting him make such a stupid decision. Which Jeb really feels it's not his place to stomp on the kid's toes.
Yeah, I mean, I think she might be. Look, Lee, magic isn't free. You know, this costs me.
I think that he knows that, but he thinks that she took advantage.
Yeah, well, open-ended deals are bad.
Right, exactly.
You know? So
yeah, she might be defensive.
He might be like, "Why don't you come up with something for him to do?" You know, or
it's too late. That deal's made.
You know,
I think they all know it. So I think that Lee is going to huff off to this demon in a pissy mood, you know?
Yeah.
And he's not going to be very nice. Not that he was especially nice the first time around.
Right.
Okay. So once he's awake and he's ripped everybody a new one. He's gonna shuffle off to the demon. What do we want? What information do we want revealed? Do we want a name
of what it is?
The Bodak.
Yeah, you could tell him what it is and what it does. You know.
Does he have to pay for information with the demon?
He has to, well, he was blackmailing the demon, so yeah, either he has to have something good enough.
What did he have on blackmail?
He has. I didn't really say, but he has an envelope full of stuff. Is all I said.
Well, we had also said that maybe he was revealing the demon's names to the human slave.
Oh, that is what it was. Yeah, yeah. He's got enough dirt on the demon to where the human could get control. Because right now the demon has the upper hand and the human's his slave.
Mm-hmm.
But if the human has enough information, he can flip that relationship.
Right.
And the demon doesn't want that.
Obviously. Okay, so he basically has never-ending ammo on this demon.
Yeah.
Okay, so he goes back to the demon. He doesn't have to worry about dealing.
Well, okay, so there is a teeter-totter on this, though, right? Because the blackmail only goes so far before the demon decides it's more worthwhile to just kill Lee.
Or is human and... Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, killing the human wouldn't do anything. He'd get a new one, and it would be the same bargain.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know.
So he can't harass him too often.
Right.
Is the basic.
Yeah, he's got to kind of feel.
So does he go to the demon or does he go to the fortune teller?
I think the demon would know what it is. The fortune teller might know how to kill it.
Do we need to have him hit both places, or just
or maybe
one?
it's the other way around? Actually, the fortune teller can tell him what it is, and the demon can, once he has a name of what it is, he can get all the information from the demon.
Okay, once he has a name of a Bodak, do we want him to figure out, like, do you want him to try to kill it first and then have to go back to the bazaar at some later point when what he does doesn't work? Or do you want him to figure this all out right now?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean...
Because we don't want the Bodak dead anytime soon. We don't want it dead until towards the end of the story.
Well, yeah, but then it's also a matter of catching it, you know, so...
Right.
But...
And the fact that we're bringing up Bodak also kind of points the finger away from Reyna a little bit.
Right.
Until he figures out that something's controlling the Bodak.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if he figures it out, he might try to research on his own without going to the demon first.
Right.
You know.
So I think that maybe we'll do that. He'll go to the fortune teller if you think they're more likely to have the name. One or the other.
Yeah.
You know, not both. And he'll get the name of the creature that he ran into.
Right.
But not necessarily how to kill it. And then from there, he'll just figure, whatever, I'll figure it out, you know. Everything dies when you take its head off.
Right. Or so you think.
Right, or so you think. But the thing is that the Bodak's already dead, so there's no guaranteeing that any of that will do it. But Lee just doesn't know that. He's an overconfident kind of asshole. So,
right, yeah.
So, yeah, where do we want to end this chapter?
I don't know. Was Jeb asking if they need a ride?
Need a ride? Where?
Wherever.
Do we know what we want to happen in future episodes? Do we need to lead up somewhere in future chapters?
Well, I think that maybe, and I'm not sure I even, you know, these aren't my favorite type of chapters, but after this, that maybe they go back to Lee's place and start planning how to hunt this thing. It's probably a discussion of what's it going to do next. It's lost its it's lost the weapon it was using, you know.
Or they finally go back to the Humpsman.
Right. And
Eliot meets the girlfriend.
Rowan.
Was that the girlfriend? Ren. Ren is the girlfriend.
Oh, Lee's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh.
To the strip club.
Yeah, so they're... my guess is they're planning what their next move is in the following chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's right now.
Also, the wolves are still a factor.
Yeah.
We talked about just directing them in a different direction as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we might want to deal with them again. It might be time they pop up. So.
Right. So they have to try to cause trouble in some way. And then at some point, we're going to have to address the fact that Eliot's homeless. And Lee's going to have to let him crash on
Well,
his
that's
couch.
what I was saying is in that following chapter, they go to plan and everything, and Lee's just letting Eliot crash there, you know, wherever he's at.
Back at the Huntsman, because that's where Lee's staying.
Right.
Is in the hotel room.
Right. And then we're going to have to deal with, once the wolves catch their scent again, they're going to come for him.
Right.
And we're going to have to either, you know, deal with them or somehow turn them against their enemy, you know.
Well, we talked about distracting them and getting them out of town. That between the stripper girlfriend and Gary, that they could, you know, create a fake scent and just like.
So
lead
maybe
him out
that's what they're doing.
and give Eliot some kind of charm that mutes his scent.
So maybe that's what we're doing in that chapter. Is they go to start planning. They start it, and then the wolves become a problem. They formulate the plan
Or
to get rid of
maybe-
the wolves.
Oh gosh, maybe the wolves end up scenting Lee on the red Celica and they trash it.
Or just like, you sons of fucking bitches.
And then we can bring Rick back in.
Yeah, he's gonna blow a blood vessel.
Okay, so basically we don't really need to lead up to anything at the end of this
Not
one.
too much setup, probably.
Yeah, and just I guess we got some planning to do kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. All right. Then we'll pick this up again in the next show where you'll have chapter 7, right?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. So go check out at Nova Drake Writer on Twitter. She's got some books for sale. So, and then follow us at the Dark Stormy K1 on Twitter. We are also r/Dark and Stormy Nights on Reddit. Don't forget to tell your friends and family about us. And we will see you next time.